What's up, everyone? Just want to do a quick video, right? Everybody's talking about this barter stuff and, how we're going to barter. And there's a lot of people that's talking about the gold and silver. Now, what you got to think of, right? And yeah, if you can afford it, it's great to get bars of gold and stuff. But what you got to really think of is that how are you going to barter it? Because, what you're going to do? Break a piece off? You got machinery or equipment that can do that. Great to have the gold, but how are we bartering it? So, I've gone and done a bit of investigation, and I found a video that show you what you can do, right? It's for basically if a shit hit fan and we have gold, how are we going to batter this gold and how are we going to break it up into pieces?
Show us what this is. Let's get a camera tight on what it is.
Sure. Well, first of all, this is barterable gold. So this is the form. When you buy one of these bars, this is how they come. They come all sealed up in a little case.
Who makes it?
Valcambi. It's a Swiss company. This is one bar. It's 50 grams of gold, which is about 1.6 ounces, which at today's value is about $2,500. And it breaks up into 50 1-gram bars.
And I have some of the little pieces that it breaks off into. So, and this would be worth how much?
Well, that's about $50.
$50.
This is barterable gold that in an emergency, we get a currency crisis because, Ben Bernanke is printing money like it's going out of style.
Stop moving so much.
Eventually the dollar crashes, right? And you want to use your gold. I have one over here. It's in my wallet, just like a credit card. This is one I've already...
What makes you say that the dollar is going to crash?
Well, I mean, it's just paper. You ever see one of these, Liz?
Yeah,
this is a $100 trillion Zimbabwe bill, right? At one time, this had a lot of value. It's now worthless. But if we have a currency crisis, people might not be willing to sell you anything for worthless paper. They might want real money. And the beauty of these bars is you can break them apart. Here, you can break one of those, or you can break off. You just bend them. You can break off one of the corner.
So I would like to break one off, and I don't mean to ruin your bar here, but I'm going to now break it off live. Okay.
We'll bend it.
I'm scared.
Don't worry.
Oh, it's soft. Is this 24 karat?
It is. It's pure gold.
Okay, so I'm going to break off a whole...
0.99995.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
And now you've got this piece here, which is still intact.
Who's buying
break...
this? Who are the people that you say are rushing to buy this?
Well, we're selling them at my metals company, Euro Pacific Precious Metals. And, we're selling them like hotcakes right now.
How many have you sold?
We've sold a lot. We're selling a lot of bars. In fact, we had a record month. People are talking about demand for gold going down. At my gold company, we're having a record month in gold sales. So while people at Goldman Sachs, they're telling the Muppets to sell their gold, we're telling our clients to keep buying it. And, here's the 1 little gram piece. You can see it fits on your fingertip.
Okay.
That's about $50 worth of gold right there.
So it almost looks like a semiconductor chip.
Yeah, and you can read, but you see, look at the writing on there. It says it's 1 gram of pure gold. It's authentic. And that's real value. That's intrinsic value. Ben Bernanke can't print this. It has to be mined.
And what I find interesting is, as Peter mentions, it really fits in at least a man's wallet.
Look at this one. Look at this one.
But Peter, let me play devil's advocate. You sound, to some people, not me, because I would never say this, but you sound a little nuts. Like, okay, at some point they're not going to take dollar bills. It'll be like the Deutschmark post World War II, barrels of it couldn't buy a loaf of bread. You really think that's going to happen here?
This is not going to end well. Ben Bernanke is going to keep on printing money to artificially stimulate the economy. He can never stop because this whole phony recovery is built on cheap money. The minute you take away the cheap money, you let interest rates rise, the banks fail, the government has to default on its debt. It's like Greece, it's like Cyprus. So he's going to keep on printing, and we're going to have a currency crisis one day. If we never have a crisis, worst case scenario, you have a bar of gold. You've got gold. But if it really does hit the fan and it's economic Armageddon, you've got barterable gold. You can trade and you can buy real goods and services.
So I'm looking at about 150 right here dollars that maybe Whole Foods would take when I need to go buy everything, right?
Oh yeah, and who knows? There might be long lines if you've only got paper, but on the black market, you might be able to get some stuff with real money.
It is the golden chocolate bar made by a Swiss company that Peter Schiff says is selling like hotcakes, at least to his clients. Thank you very much for showing this to us in a Fox Business exclusive.
So, I couldn't find the company the man was talking about. Doesn't mean it's not out there. But I did find a company in the UK. It's called Bullion by Post. Not affiliate or anything to them. But it seems that they sell these combi bars. As you can see, prices go up and down. They are quite expensive, But, you know, we click on one, let's have a look, right? It's saying they're waiting stock, and that's obviously because maybe loads of people waking up and they've sold out. But I think these are ideal in a way if you can afford it. You know, I can't bloody afford it, but now I'll give you all the heads up. If one of you out there now and now you know what to do with all your money, send me a bar, innit? You know, as a thank you. You know, but basically, yeah, you know, it's a 50 grand bar here. And as you can see, you can break off, see, like each piece. So this is where the bartering come in better. Because you can't break a flipping gold bar, can you? You know? Now what this is saying, you have a choice, right? So this is like a large bar I've chosen here, 50 gram. So over here, it's going to cost you £2,717, right? But what it's saying is that you got 50 grams of gold, yeah? All together in this bar. And each piece, which you can break off, you know, because the gold's obviously thinner in between, so you can snap it off, like you've seen in the video. Then it says each piece is a gram, right? Which means that then, if you do have to barter, see, we only got to get rid of a gram at a time, you know. But if we got an ounce of flipping gold and it's in a solid piece, and now we only need a few things, how are we bartering that? So, you know, I just thought maybe people want to think about that. And I thought this was a good idea, you know me. Any good ideas I push out for my people, innit? You know? But yeah, you know, if you have plenty of money and you're watching my channel, send me a little something, innit? A little bar from here. Because there are plenty here. But it's a good idea for what you can do if shit hit the fan, which is about going hit the fan soon, innit? You know, but this is the perfect idea that I found at the moment because you know me, I don't stand by no Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or anything, you know. You have to use them while you can, but like I've said, when they crash the Polygon and everything, you ain't gonna have fuck all, right? So the gold and the silver and precious metals are what counts. There is an option here as well. They do like a silver bar. You know, it's quite interesting as well because you know it makes gold and silver. You know, because it's all tradable. Now, if you wanted 1 gram pieces. Okay, so we got 100 gram pure silver. Right, it's going to cost you £144. You know, more reachable than the gold, isn't it? You know, but this will go up in price as well. You know, as long as the economy keep crashing, precious metals go up in price. So basically, what you'll have is 1 gram bars of silver. So you can barter this as well. You know, this might come in handy. You know, for things later on, food and services that you might require. So see you later, everyone.